So you're described as kind of like the life of the team with like your just your humor and your personality and stuff like that. How would you describe your sense of humor?
Very dry. I got a real dry sense of humor, and um, it's kind of a sarcastic, playful kind of a humor, and it's fun.
Mhm. How do you think that affects a team?
I think it's kind of contagious, and because obviously I'm serious when I need to be, but when I'm not serious, it's real easy to have fun and be kind of in that sarcastic, joking mode and stuff, and
Mhm.
it definitely is contagious, and you can tell when everybody's in that mood together, and guys are having fun together. It makes for a good environment.
Yeah. How do you Was there any like people that got you into that like kind of like personality, like your, or is it just you that just got into it? You
No,
know.
it's funny because my dad and my brothers are the exact same way, and so when we all get together in the same room, it's kind of chaotic, but it's hilarious. And we all like to have a good time, and so yeah, I definitely think I got my sense of humor from my dad.
What are your favorite movies and comedies that you like? That can
Favorite movies and what?
and comedies or anything like that.
Oh, that's tough.
Hardball, I know.
Yeah. Some of my favorite movies. Um, I actually really love Remember the Titans. That's one of my favorite ones. It's just that classic sports, even though it is football. Classic sports movie. Um, and then when you go to comedies, actually anything with Jim Carrey, I really love Jim Carrey. So I love like The Mask, Bruce Almighty, Liar Liar, anything like that. I'm kind of like an older movie person.
Yeah, honestly, 90 movies are like where it's at.
Oh yeah, for sure. High quality stuff.
Yeah, right.
High quality stuff.
What is your goal, academic or athletic, for senior year? So, what's your goal for next year?
Um, Athletically, I just want to continue to be the best player I can be, and continue to help this program in any way I can. Um, Academically,
Pass classes? No I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No I'm kidding.
I want to get all C's.
Yeah.
um, no, I mean academically, I've reached a lot of goals in being able to graduate after 3 years, and so to keep going, I want to keep pursuing, as much education as I can, and I want to start a master's degree, and I want to see how far I can go with that.
Mhm. What do you want to do after graduate?
That's a really good question, and I've thought about going into kind of the same industry that my dad works in. He works in transportation and logistics, so I've thought about going into something along those lines, just because I know a lot about it, just being around him, my whole life. Um, but I've also thought about maybe one day starting a business or something like that. Just finding something I'm passionate about and starting a business and becoming an entrepreneur like that. Um, so I don't know. There's definitely a lot of options, and it's kind of nice because I can just find something I love and pursue it.
So you were injured for a brief moment during the season. How did that affect your like season or anything like that?
Getting injured is always a tough thing, and it's
Especially on
always
an elbow to the head.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
We were all about to fight that guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't. He's huge.
Yeah.
I could try.
Boy.
No, it's always tough because especially as a student athlete, you come here, and one of the main reasons you're here is to compete in your sport. And so whenever you get injured and you can't do what what you love, you can't do what you came here to do. It's tough, and it affects a lot of guys in different ways. But for me, it's always just the toughest being on the sideline for games and practice, and just not being able to go to battle with the guys on the team every day.
So what is your role in the team? Kind of like you said that you were contagious with like your humor and stuff like that. But like other than that, do you have like a role on the team, or like I don't know.
Yeah, especially this was my third year in the program. Just being around, excuse me, just being around a lot, a lot longer than a lot of the guys on this team, just kind of having the experience of playing in the Pac-12, and the experience of being here for so long, just kind of being a voice of calm almost, and just being able to reach out to guys and help them along, because at the end of the day, the team success is my success, and so being able to bring them along and get them comfortable as quickly as possible, while at the same time maintaining my level of play so that I can help the team on the floor, is kind of what I focused on.
Where did you learn that? Like being like the calm one, like of the team or anything like that?
Probably Coach Kent. Ever since I was a freshman, he was always big on, in the heat of the battle, in the heat of the moment, just maintaining your level of calm and being able to make clear decisions when everything around you is going crazy in a game. And so you take that from the game perspective and move it to a season perspective. Everything's going crazy. We had a ton of new guys. Everything. We're in the middle of season and stuff, and you just have to maintain your calm and keep making decisions that you think are best.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite point in the season?
Probably right after we had come back from the Arizona trip. That was a fun trip. Obviously, road sweeping Arizona is something that doesn't happen very often, just because those two schools are always tough, and they're tough places to play and everything like that. So being able to come back from that trip and have that little notch on my belt, is kind of a big deal, and kind of something that I'll for sure remember for a long time.
So who do you think besides yourself is like one of the funniest people on the team? Another.
It's kind of tough because everybody's funny in their own way, but I think one of the guys who's funny but you don't always know is Jazz.
Really?
Yeah, he's kind of like a sneaky funny. like he doesn't show it often, but if you spend enough time around him, all of a sudden he'll make a witty remark or something here and there, and you just gotta look at him and be like, what? Like, did you really just say that? So yeah, he's kind of a sneaky funny guy.
What are your plans for this summer?
This summer, go home, spend a little bit of time with the family, relax, hang out. I'm a big boater, do a lot of boating, and then continue to work on my game while I'm home, and then come back up here for the 6 weeks we're up here during summer, and same thing, just work on my game, really focus in, and continue to develop and put myself in a position that I can help this program in whatever way it needs.
When did you first get into boating?
Man, well, growing up, my best friend Zach, his family had a boat, so I kind of went with them on some trips and stuff. And my dad had always wanted a boat, but we didn't get one until I was probably a sophomore in high school, I think. And so, but we were. So when we finally got a boat, then we started going. My dad wanted to go every weekend basically in the summer and stuff. So we'd go. There's a couple good lakes in northern Utah and stuff. So we'd go around there and have some fun and stuff. And so yeah, been a boater for a while, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I wish we had like boating places up here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do you have any other hobbies besides boating, or things you do?
Well, hobbies. I'm a big musical guy.
What's your favorite genre? I can't fucking speak.
That was on camera. That's all right.
It's fine. Cut it out.
Nope.
I'm definitely more of a classic Broadway show tunes person. So anything going back to anything with like Gene Kelly, Julie Andrews. Gosh, I'm trying to think who else. Carrie Fisher's mom. What's her name? Debbie Reynolds. Yeah, anything like that. Anything that Frank Sinatra's been in a couple that I've enjoyed. But yeah, anything like that. I really get into it. I think it's the music. Honestly, I love the music of those old show tunes.
Do you do anything else musically, or just listen?
Just listen and sing in the car.
Same.
That's really about my. That's my peak of my musical experience.
And in the car, you sound so much better. I bet
Oh
like...
yeah, for sure. Like honestly, if you just took a recording of me in the car and like gave it to Broadway, I'd be in every show next spring. So, it's I don't know. I've never really. I don't know. I've always enjoyed it, but I've never really like gone that way. I've never really pursued that at all. It's just kind of always been a hobby for me.
Nice. Anything else besides that? This is about you. I don't really. It's not really about basketball. You know.
Man, I mean, I feel like everything else I do, everybody else kind of does. Play video games every now and then.
I mean, I don't play video games, so.
Met most people then.
True.
I don't know. I like long walks on the beach. Romantic firelit dinner. I don't know.
Jamie, do you have any questions?
No.
No.
Yeah, I didn't. My mind's not working.
I bet.